All right, for our next presentation, we have Vaden Cox and Evelyn Braintwain.
Well, it was a treat to receive the invitation to do this, and especially when I heard what the theme was. The theme was dreams, and for me personally, dreams, paying attention to my dreams has been something that's been very a big part of my life recently. Journaling my dreams and desiring to learn from them, and so Evelyn and I. We worked together on this, and I guess it was a couple months ago, I told her a story about a couple dreams that I had, and her quilt that she's done here is a response to what I told her about my dream. So I'm just going to kind of give you a little preface before I sing the song. It was last summer. In June, I went to Israel, and before I went to Israel, I had a couple of dreams. The first dream was I saw a couple of rams climbing a mountainside. It was kind of a rocky terrain, and I saw these. It was a line of rams climbing this mountainside. And the second dream, I was actually in a city, and I saw this ram that was caught up. It was caught up on a what looked like a telephone pole, and its horns were just kind of stuck, and it couldn't get free from the telephone pole. And so then I wound up in Jerusalem for about 2 weeks, and I was walking down the street one day, and this is after I'd learned quite a bit about some of the sites in Jerusalem. I learned, in fact, that Golgotha, where Jesus was crucified, is actually Mount Moriah. Originally, was Mount Moriah, which was the mountain where Abraham was to sacrifice Isaac. And it was something I didn't know before, that the Romans came in and quarried out a section of Mount Moriah so that it looked like it's no longer part of the same range. But in fact, Moriah is the very mountain where Jesus was killed. So, and so I was walking down the road one day with these themes of God as a provider. As the person who provided the sacrificial lamb. I was thinking about these different themes, and I was walking down the road in Jerusalem, and I'd been spending the day with these three gals. They were all three of them were wonderful, but running through my head that day was, when is the right one going to come along? And so I'm sitting out on this railing, and I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about, when is the right one going to come along? When lo and behold, this group of people comes down the street, and there was a girl that wound up being sandwiched on this telephone pole, and there was one guy was holding her right wrist, and another guy was holding her left wrist, and or did I get that backwards? And she was stuck. It was just like my dream. Really, it was just like it was just this moment where I realized that God was trying to communicate to me that He was a provider, and He used the continuity of my dream and that experience to get that through to me. So, Evelyn is going to comment on. She did this quilt, which I just think is absolutely amazing. So whisper to us all the things you have upon your heart, waiting for a blueprint, your plans before we start. Oh yes, we turn to concubines, but you have promised sons, and all you need's a thicket, you can place the ones that are needed for the sacrifice.
needed for the road to carry forth the promises that you've begun to sow. Oh, so let us climb the mountain, we'll mourn the blood-stained ground, awakening our senses to the flowers all around. For the seeds of your own sacrifice are embedded in the soil, lying dormant through the ages till your promises unfold. For the seeds of your own sacrifice are embedded in the soil, lying dormant through the ages till your promises unfold. You alone hold the blueprint of a master plan to grow out of barrenness, lineage, and to bear the seeds that own all the promises of heaven from the storehouse in your hands, with a yield that's everlasting, that'll flourish all the lands. For your glory will envelop each and every speck of sand and restore us to a fertile from a dry and weary land. Because your glory will envelop each and every speck of sand and restore us to a fertile from a dry and weary land. So may heaven's windows open and pour down all the blood that is needed for the sacrifice, it's needed for the flood, to wash away the concubines and purify the land, to saturate the mountains where you alone will stand, overlooking all the kingdoms that belong under your feet, and shouting forth your blessing from the west unto the east.
Thank y'all. That's where a dream will get you. And here comes Evelyn with her response to all of this.
When Vaden told me his dream, I focused in on the ram. And I went to the scripture and read the story about Abraham and Isaac. And it was important to me to have some of the words from the scriptures and some of the words I looked up in the dictionary to further the meanings. And one interpretation says God will provide himself a sacrifice. That was one of my favorite interpretations. And a lot of the colors I used in here was for the blood and the fire. And since I've been here tonight, I've realized that one of my dreams has come true, that I could be a part of this. So I just thank God for that. Thank you.